CoolFM, and tonight in my studio I have got the
Jepettos. Hiya.
Great name. Where'd you get that from?
Jeppetto is one of the Disney characters who gets less of a mention, but he was the one who managed to create life out of wooden objects, and we figured that's what we try to do in our band with our guitar and ukulele and various other instruments.
Very good, Mike.
The Jepettos are Ruth and Mike, and other members of the band couldn't be here today.
Yeah,
So
we have a bass player, Colm Hines, and a clarinet player, Emma Flanagan, and a drummer, Daniel Kerr, and they live in Derry at the minute, so
Okay.
they travel down back and forward the odd time.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but haven't you toured with Snow Patrol?
Yeah, we used to be in a band called the Lowly Knights, and we were singers in the band, and yeah, we did 3 gigs with Snow Patrol and arena tour a couple of years ago.
But you've decided to just take your own thing now and go off on your own.
We've managed to get ourselves about the place quite a bit without actually doing that many gigs, but I think that's just more the way it works these days.
Yeah. How would you describe your sound?
We think that a lot of our stuff is quite like Jan Stevens, a bit of Lisa Hannigan in there as well.
Our drummer and bass player are quite into kind of metal music as well, even though we're pretty soft folk lullaby, as we call it.
Yeah.
Quite extreme.
And what's the response been like to your tunes?
Pretty good so far. It's
Yeah.
pretty early days. We released an EP there in January, just over a month ago,
Yeah.
and it's been quite well received. Just starting to play some gigs around Belfast, around Derry.
You've done some great live sessions, haven't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, we've done some video sessions this week, which will be coming out over the next week or two, and we're excited about those.
You're going to perform a live acoustic for me tonight.
Yeah, this is off our EP, which is called Starting New People,
Okay.
and this track is called Something in the Air.
All right. Go for it.
There's something in the air. I can feel it heavy on you. Push on through, push on through. Gonna come out of nowhere. I glimpse of what's to come. Push on through, push on through. And all the people turn away. And all the people have more people. And we'll start a new, start a new, start a new, start a new people. There's something in the way. You look back up at me. You need inspired. Gonna come out of nowhere. Fragrant and glistening. Break on through. You're gonna break on through. And all the people turn away. And all the people have more people. And we'll start a new, start a new, start a new, start a new people. There's something in the air. Push on through, push on through. There's something in the air.
something in the air.
I I can feel it, I can feel it heavy on you.
Push on through,
Push on through,
push on through.
push on through. Gonna come out of nowhere.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. Your vocals, Martha Wainwright.
I've heard that a few times.
Yeah, our producer actually just said that in the background.
I haven't actually studied her
Yeah.
vocal or anything before,
Yeah.
but I have heard that in the past.
She's
I think
a
that
great singer.
there's a natural wee squeak I have that might come through.
Are you going to release a single then from this EP?
Yeah, we've released Gold Rush already.
Okay.
But we probably we have to do a proper live launch at some point of something that we've done. So we'll probably do a single launch night of
Okay.
one of the tracks. We'll probably launch Good Times as a single release,
Yeah, yeah.
which is the last track off our EP.
Okay, this track you've just done acoustically. Say for example, you just tuned in to CoolFM for the first time and you've heard this and you think, I really want to buy this.
If you do a Google search for TheJepettos, spelled Jepettos, that'll take you to our Facebook page, and from there you can buy on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Bandcamp.
And you can, and then you can get it from there.
Buy it from there, yeah.
I just love this. I was up in the canteen with Ruth just before we started, and you said something. I thought that's brilliant. You said, if I have a couple of days where I don't do music,
Yeah, I get a wee bit low.
that kind of says a lot about your tunes. That it is your life. Like music is the core part, and I think that comes across definitely when you both perform together. Can I just say that Michael and Ruth are husband and wife, and you have such an amazing rapport together. Have you always performed together?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have. We've been together since we were 15, which was a few years ago.
I think throughout our training of doing any form of music, we started pretty much together. So we've a good blend.
You've grown together.
Yeah, we've grown together.
This is about our third musical incarnation together.
Yeah. And you can definitely see that. You can see the unity and the flow of the music. Have you got any gigs coming up in the next couple of weeks, or?
We do have a gig in Derry on the 23rd of March, just a little town outside of Derry called Ballykelly. The rest of the details of that gig, I'm still to find out. For now, look out for some videos on our Facebook page.
Facebook.com/TheJepettos.
Exactly,
Yes.
yeah,
Brilliant.
with a J.
Well, listen, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you
and,
so much for having us.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Bye.
all right, God bless.
Bye.